Hello, my name is Simon and this is the Retro News Roundup. How about we start this episode with the latest Nintendo Direct, which had some interesting retro niblets. First was the announcement of Nintendo World Championships NES Edition, which includes online play and will land in mid-July for the Switch. Perhaps more interesting was the launch of a new separate N64 app with a mature 17+ label for Nintendo's system. It'll allow more adult experiences. No, not that type, get your mind out of the gutter please. And has started with Perfect Dark and UROK Dinosaur Hunter. Not bad, but now where's Conker? Digital Eclipse also announced that it's to improve its superlative compilation Atari 50 in October by adding even more games to it. The update will make the game an expanded edition and will arrive on the 25th of October. And no, we don't know any of the titles yet. Watch this space. Well, watch all the future videos on this channel at least. Let's start with the Switch because we haven't talked about Nintendo enough already this episode. The shop got a stack of Valis games. Valis 3 from the Mega Drive, the PC-88 Valis The Phantasm Soldier, Super Valis 4 and Valis The Phantasm Soldier 2 from the MSX2. It also received a trio of Egg Console re-releases, Sorcerian, Tritorn and Topple Zip. Other than the mature N64 titles mentioned earlier, and I did say stop sniggering at the back, the Switch Online service also got ports of The Legend of Zelda A Link to the Past 4 Swords and Metroid Zero Mission. There was also, of course, some Arcade Archive releases for the Switch and PS4, namely Rugrats, Versus Star Luster and Rastan Saga 2. Then onto some multi-format releases, the first being Rocket Knight Adventures Re-Sparked collection on PS4, PS5, Switch and PC. The second being a 20th anniversary edition of Beyond Good and Evil on PS5, PS4, Xbox One, Switch and PC. This game being 20 years old makes me feel like a fossil, I'm not gonna lie. Then third and finally, there was Riders Spirits, which rode onto PS4, PS5, Xbox One and Switch. The Evercade Alpha is now available to pre-order, and it might have been already before this episode. So yeah, not much else to say here really. Let's start this segment with the launch of 5 Commodore 64 games: Excalibur, Casa, Bronx, Shift and Sire Fire. On that 8-bit theme there were 3 ZX Spectrum titles: Basilisk of Roko, Flood and an updated version of UROK, which also landed on the Amstrad CPC. Next, a couple of VIC-20 releases: Emu's Massive Hunt and Future Fighter. Then there's a trio of Amstrad CPC games to talk about: Transversion, Goldorak and Trasgo. Then to round off things, Skinny Marley wafted onto the Amiga, Escape 2042 found a way onto the Game Boy Advance and Mega Drive, and Tony Montezuma's Gold was discovered on the Amiga, Atari XL and Commodore 64. Kien was officially released on Game Boy Advance in physical form last month. It was originally planned for launch in 2002 by Italian studios Age of Games, and has now been rescued by Canadian publisher Incubate. 4 English language translations were completed last month: Madu Monogatari 123 on the PC-98, Blast Wind for the Saturn, Transformer Convoy no Nazo on the NES, and Olivia's Mystery for the SNES. But yes, that's all for this episode, and as always, thanks so much for watching. If you'd ever like to buy me a coffee, you can via this Ko-fi link too. Huge thanks to Logan, Game Freak Forever and Lorace, yet again, for their donations last month. They made my day. But in any case, thanks so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, click the bell below to be notified of new videos, and make sure you have a great day.
Something I can do for you, old woman?